Well, hello, everybody! And for the 365th time in the last 365 days, I get to say that I woke up and will hopefully go to sleep in 1933, dreaming of the Olympians and dreaming of the exploits of the past 12 months. This is our anniversary episode. This is Project Athena, and surrounding me are the Olympians, the players, the characters from the past year of this Pulp Cthulhu franchise. So, without further ado, I am going to hand off, as I always do, the baton straight up to Lauren. Lauren, how are you doing, and how has your year been?
This has been the best year. I am so happy to have been here. This show made my year, and I'm excited to keep playing it. Hi, everybody. I'm Lauren. That was really not salty at all. Hi, I'm That Salty Ginger over on Twitter. I say things that are sassy sometimes. And tonight, as I did 1 year ago today, I'm playing Miss Sabella Marie Ives of Ives Esoteric and Antiquarian Bookstore in the beautiful Lower East Side of Manhattan. She's psychic. She likes books and smooches in showers. But right now, she is in the desert. The end. Let's go. Let's go.
You have just been fast forwarded through an entire year of Project Athena. If you just listened to that blurb, no need to go back and catch everything. If you want to know Sabella Marie Ives, you just found it out. And to find out more about one Elijah Sawyer, we are going to kick it over to the other side as we talk to our friend Strider. Strider, how are you doing, my friend? And how has your last year been?
Fantastic. There's always ups and downs, but I'm most fortuitous for this group of friends that have become my family. Unfortunately, I am approaching our anniversary with the same exact mindset I approach every other episode. I didn't think of anything to say. No quippy witticisms. No pre-planned snark or something eloquent to say. Nothing to loquaciously articulate pontifications I can share with you. So I will just say I'm hyped to be here as ever, and I can't wait to see how this all wraps up.
Awesome, my friend. So with the wordsmith hammering out a few words for us tonight, we will drop down to the sniper who hammers out things more of the artillery nature as we talk to Steven. Steven, how are you doing, my friend? And how has your last year been?
Happy anniversary. I have completely enjoyed this. I've gotten to know everybody here, and I love everyone. We are a family. It has been fun. Dwight is probably exactly the same as he was 1 year at this time. It's been a long, strange trip, and he is still who he is, and it's going to be that way probably till the day he dies. And I think today might be a very interesting day, and there might be some controversy
on this show.
In Denver too.
Controversy here Sunday night.
Yeah.
Are you in the right place?
No, we always agree on everything, and everything goes really smoothly.
Listen, the past year has been holy smokes. Okay, I'm going to hand this down to the leader of the Olympians, the aviatrix extraordinaire, my friend Allison. Allison, how are you doing this evening? And more importantly, how has your last year been?
Hey, Greg. Hey, everyone. It's Allison. I play Caitlin Jane O'Callahan, aviatrix extraordinaire, princess of the skies, America's flying sweetheart. And it's been a year. It's been a year. I'm very, very excited, though, to see what tonight holds and the next however many precious hours I have alive in this world. But I mean, I figure I've survived this long. So perhaps there's hope. We'll see. I mean, the thing is, I don't even know where I'm going to show up tonight. Am I even in this universe? I have no idea. We'll see. It's that kind of game.
It sounds like a broad question. I'm not really sure if I can answer that. Oh, in the game. Okay. I would like to say my friend Allison, before we go over to my friend Lindy, my friend Mal just gave the entire cast permanent boons in celebration of your anniversary.
How
and
incredible
I
is that?
already
Thank
know
you.
what I am going to do for
Thank
this.
you, Mal.
Oh no.
This is inspired by a visit to Gen Con this past summer. So we will see how this goes. But I will say this, Mal, you have given the anniversary boon to the Olympians. I thank you very much, my friend, for being a part of the Project Athena canon. And though it is not Greta's 1-year anniversary, for all of you Project Atheniaites, it is very close, and we still celebrate and speak Lindy's name. Lindy, how are you? And more importantly, how has your past year been?
Oh my goodness, my past year has been amazing. I have absolutely loved being a part of Project Athena, even if I didn't come in a few episodes late. Greta has been, I don't even have words. It's just been amazing. You guys are like the best Pulp Cthulhu family ever. And I love you guys so much. And Greta she's had a lot of development over her past time and with these Americans. Not sure if that's a good thing for Greta. There's been a lot of, I feel like she was maybe happier beforehand, but she might be a slightly better person now, if not a little bit more fucked up. So, we'll see what happens with this last season. I can't wait to see what happens this episode.
Wait. She might be a better person? Did you actually quantify that by saying might?
As in, she's made, more than one friend.
I know we're all
Okay.
better people for having spent most of the year with Greta. Hashtag genocide in my pocket. Just
Such a great person.
My thing is, as I fix the fun
Okay,
that is
maybe
Nightbot.
not a better person, but a better friend?
Okay, well, let's. You know what? We've got a second here, Greta. Let's just say this. I'm going to ask one statement, and I would like you to give an answer to it. A year ago, before Greta came to the Olympians, she was conducting medical experiments in
Yep.
Berlin.
She was.
Who was she conducting these experiments on?
Well, see, first it was.
No. This sounds like a long philosophical. I'm simply asking. The subjects were
population.
the homeless
generally,
population,
yeah.
right? Since
very
meeting the Olympians, how many homeless people has she operated or experimented on?
0.
Okay.
That's pretty good. So
There, my audience is the growth that we
See?
were
She
looking
was
for.
gonna wipe out a city, dude.
Correlation proves
no,
causation.
more than a
Better.
city. That's talking about taking out most of Europe. But yeah,
Pocket genocide. That's absolutely right. Okay, well, I saw we had a couple more donations come in, but I will check up on those in just 1 second, as we need to do a brief mechanical recap of everything that happened last time. But first, before we do that, we have a couple straw polls, because the chat and audience last session were phenomenal, and once again, we get to vote for several things as a group to help progress the narrative of Project Athena. Quickly, what I would like to do is first, and this should appear in chat, there it is. This is the poll that will immediately award one of the Olympians a 1d10 sanity loss, but it will also give them the ability to heal themselves 1d10 hit points at any point during this episode. So, once again, we cannot have back-to-back winners of this, so Elijah is not in the running. You will be able to vote. You'll be able to vote for Sabella, Dwight, Greta, or Kate. Please vote as you will. And within the next 5 or 10 minutes, someone remind me to post the other poll that we have. This one is decidedly better, as the winner of this poll will receive a care package from the Burke Farm. What that is a very significant permanent boon. Again, Elijah cannot win this one as he won it last week. But again, Sabella, Dwight, Greta, and Kate will be eligible for this permanent boon. And also towards the end of the episode, we will have a subscriber-only poll that will help somebody in a significant way for next episode. But before we get into that, and as we always say on this channel, to go forward, we have to go back. And so, last time on Project Athena, several things happened as the group was split in 3 decidedly different locations. The first location may not even have been in the world of our creation or the world in which we identify as the world that is real, and that was where Caitlin Jane O'Callahan was Caitlin Jane Parsons, as she was married to Jack Parsons and also wheelchair bound. And as things progressed in that world, she was luckily aided, instructed, not so much as confided in, by the Pope of Malibu, a person or entity by the name of Al. In addition to that, we also had several people trying to escape from an insane asylum. Among those was Elijah Sawyer with his newly found savior, friend, accomplice, John Dillinger, sent by the Bonaventure crime family in New York City. The escapades in this asylum took place in or around the city of London in 1933, and also in this area was one Dr. Greta von Krauss. Greta was inside working with a Robert Oppenheimer on what would be fascinating advances in atomic technology. However, she was rescued, saved, confided in by a member of the extended Dietrich family, who has been affectionately called Dr. Dietrich. And as Dr. Joseph Dietrich came into the area and aided Greta in her escape, several things happened as the conflux of 2 escapees met. But before all that, on the rooftops of Jerusalem, also in 1933, we had the remaining Olympians, Sabella and Dwight, as they fought against these nasty, hideous, grotesque abominations, these snake dogs. And as they descended upon the sniper and the psychic, they were awarded with not a grisly death by venom or constriction, but instead they were awarded 2 new friends, as Sabella Ives was able to speak to them in their language, a language that she had taken the time in this game to learn. Something that is unique to Cthulhu is books can be as dangerous a weapon as a gun. And it is apropos that the librarian proved that to us last week. And so, with the snake dogs quelled, both Sniper and Psychic were able to escape the scene, escape the trap that had been laid for them, and proceed to a dig site far to the south of Jerusalem, where they were to, or Dwight was instructed by a brother James of the Catholic Church, to eliminate someone wearing a blue turban. He was awarded a bullet in which to do this, but before we ended that scene, we had several other things happen, and to speed it along, in Malibu, Kate decided she didn't like this place. She killed her nurse, who also happened to be a Nazi named Hannah. She killed her husband, who was just a confused man named Jack Parsons. At the end of the episode, when we left Kate, she was waiting as the body fell, getting colder and not older, of Jack Parsons, and she had no idea what lay before her. Back at the asylum in London, both groups met up as we were able to see Greta and Dr. Dietrich meet John Dillinger and one Elijah Sawyer. Unfortunately, Dillinger had orders, and with a perfectly placed shot, he ended the life of Dr. Dietrich. And that's where we pulled away from that scene. But finally, as we float back to Jerusalem, a dig site far to the south of Jerusalem, we take a sandy hill and we look over that hill with spyglass and binocular. And as Dwight the sniper and Sabella the psychic found the man wearing the blue turban, the man pulled the wrap low to take a drink, and his identity was revealed to be that of the believed dead Jack Kilgrave. And so, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my non-binary friends, and Olympians of all ages, Let us begin this, our anniversary episode of Project Athena, and let's start in the sand. As we have a sniper and a psychic who are looking down at the man that put them together. But the psychic saw him first.
Yeah, I did. As soon as I see Jack Kilgrave, Handsome Jack, as I called him in my head, my breath catches and I just reach over fast as lightning and place a little bit of weight on the gun, which I assume Dwight is looking through as it has his scope on it, just to aim it away from where it was, because I know he'll be there a second after me. Dwight?
I do notice Jack.
As I lower your gun, you do.
Yeah.
You would notice him a beat or two. You succeeded on your roll, so you would notice Jack a beat or two after Sabella notices him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dwight kind of pulls up the gun. Fuck. That's Kilgrave.
That is who it looks like.
Why does this Catholic order want to kill Kilgrave? Dwight
Why
kind of
is
starts
Jack
Dwight puts the
alive?
gun down and he starts like it's like his brain's about to explode again.
Who is his brother James again?
Now this is the question. He would have been questioning him all week, Jeej, right? Raton, of who he was, he trusts him, the reason why they would go kill anybody, any kind of information in Dwight's head that he can kind of glean why they would want to kill Kilgrave now that he knows who the target is.
You never asked them about Kilgrave because you didn't know the target was Kilgrave. But whenever you had previously questioned Raton with psychology rolls, Raton was able to pass all of your tests of somebody that was trying to either, lie to you or coerce you or something like that. You were able to, you had no reservations about the validity of the statements there and the information he was providing you.
Okay, so the information was provided was, he believed that this person should die, that this is what the wish of the Catholic Church is. In his head.
Roll an idea roll for me, which is an intelligence check, yeah.
Yes. That is what I wanted. I failed.
Yeah, that's what you think.
Okay.
Dwight, we have to go talk to him.
Dwight kind of does another, how guarded is Jack?
Jack appears to be in the middle of a very elaborate dig site. And because you guys both passed one with an extreme on what you were looking at before, you see that there are tiers to this, as it's very Raiders of the Lost Ark. You're seeing like a city that is being excavated from the sands or reclaimed from the desert, as there are, you see like the rough masonry and the rough stonework and kind of block building structures of something that may have been buried in the sand for 1,000 years, you're not sure, but you see this kind of elaborate setup and overlooking almost across this hidden or reclaimed city that's kind of partially recovered. On the hill opposite that, across this town, that's where you see Jack. And so he's not guarded. You don't see anybody walking around with rifles, while if you looked hard, you probably would see the presence of guns. No one is walking around. These are laborers that are there. These are people that are doing a task that does not require a firearm. Jack himself does not seem to be wearing anything. However, he is wearing kind of flowy robes to help with the heat and help with the sun. But as for guards, you don't see any.
Well, Dwight, you don't actually seem very chatty with me, so maybe I'll go talk to him.
Sabella, I'm agreeing with you. We'll go talk to him, okay? But do you even think it is him? Yeah, Sabella, Dwight in his back of his mind's a little leery of Sabella. He just saw her use her full power.
There's certainly a very easy way for me to find out, Mr. Burke.
Okay. do we think we can get to him where I could potentially take him out if I have to? Like, we think we can get to him pretty easily.
You could shoot him from where you are right now.
Well, right, but I'm gonna let Sabella and I go talk to him, and then we'll see how this goes. All right, Sabella, we'll go talk to him.
Yes, I assume if you can shoot him from far away, you can shoot him from up close.
Yes, I can shoot him here. I can shoot him there. I can shoot him damn near anywhere.
All right. Don't.
Dr. Dwoos, right.
All right. I mean, it seems... Let's just go up to him.
What do you want to learn from him?
Well, if that's Jack, he's our friend.
And Dwight agrees, because he lugged him around New York City for a long time. Dwight definitely relates to Jack, and he wants to get Jack back, but he is very skeptical this is Jack right now. Very skeptical.
We don't know what happened to them after the rift or the fold or whatever in Times Square. We don't know, but he seemed okay with going.
What are they looking for down there? What are they unearthing? He asked Sabella, but I'll ask, and Dwight kind of looks to spot hidden around the area.
I will require a spot hidden from both of you if you want to look for something specific. Also, I will take this time to say that Architect has sent something in for Elijah. I will be giving that to Elijah when the time is appropriate. Also, everyone remember that your current advantages stand as follows. Kate 2, Sabella 0, Dwight 0, Elijah 2, Greta 1. No crits this season, kids. You are rolling against your strengths.
We both have succeeded.
Okay, so with this time, a kind of a switch of what happened last time. Dwight, you are the first one by a beat or two to pick up on the fact that in the area that contains, or in the area that has, we currently have Jack taking a drink. He goes over and you see that there is some form of like an earthen type of basin. And it seems to have been excavated in itself, and it's placed kind of partially on a wooden skiff, something to make transportation of it a bit easier. But for a moment, you see him walk over to this large, almost like a bathtub in size, or like a half bath size. And he looks down in, and you see him look, and his eyes just speak of wonder. And as you watch, he looks around and reaches down, and you see him pull out what looks like from this distance some type of bright brass, copper, gold crown as he pulls it out and looks at it. And for a moment you see him freeze as he is staring, just looking at this thing. And roll me a psychology check. Even from this distance, it would take a hard success.
Dwight's eyes go wild because he knows what's going on now.
Me too. Oh my God!
It goes a good roll. We both succeed.
You both succeed. Dwight, you don't really see it in his eyes, but perhaps it's something, maybe a conversation that was had with Jack Kilgrave a while ago that kind of reminds Sabella of this look. And you can see in his eyes, even from this several hundred yards away, it's almost as if you're able to drill in with a lens of magnification, and you can see that he is thinking about putting this on. And then you see him kind of shake his head, close his eyes, and return it to the basin.
I take out the thing that I do have on me, the one thing, just from like a pocket now, obviously, the coiled up serpent staff. Just kind of instinctively to grip it.
Does he look like he's in charge? Is he like doling out orders to people?
With that spot hidden, I'll let you know, and with the psychology passings for both of you, you see that he is delivering orders to people as they walk up. He doesn't seem to be taking any. Now, it doesn't necessarily say he's in charge, but he has some measure of command in this camp. And from what you've seen so far, no one has challenged his authority or seems to be above him. Couple things here. I would like a power check by Sabella, and I would like listen checks by both of my Olympians in the sand south of Jerusalem.
Hard success on the power. Regular success on the listen.
Me too. Now I can see why they want to kill him.
Okay, and from the Pope of Malibu, everybody gets another advantage. So tick up your advantages by one, everybody.
Thank you,
Al is still here. Al will always be here. So, with the power check, as you pull out what was formerly a disc in your hand, you notice that almost like a sleepy asp or a serpent, an edge of it kind of creeps up, very thin, maybe only a quarter of an inch in diameter, as it goes, nothing more than just a bit of yarn, really, but it creeps up almost like it was coming out of a basket to a flute, and it begins to turn towards the direction of Jack Kilgrave.
I see it.
And with the success of your listen checks, you both bear witness to the sound of no fewer than 6 sonic booms as you look up and you see 6 spheres descending from the area, from the sky, as they land with jets of green flame. And as they crack open, you all see Jack Kilgrave look as 6 Joseph Dietrichs pop out of these, and they begin to advance towards Jack Kilgrave.
I start running.
Towards?
Yeah, Dwight tries to grab her. Dwight tries to grab her. He's going to try to grab her and pull her back.
No! Excuse me.
Dwight is definitely going to try to grab her.
Are you going to allow yourself to be grabbed?
No!
Okay.
No!
Okay, then this is an opposed strength check. It's PvP for
Could
our
I
two.
dodge it instead?
Yes, absolutely.
Always happens to me.
Okay, so narratively, how we will explain this is, Dwight, you cannot.
What are you doing?
You can't halt her advance. You can slow her down, and that's basically what you're doing. Is you're doing like a forward shoulder lead into one of like your right arm into her left shoulder as she's striding towards this scene. And it's also as you all stand up from this dusty area and you kind of elevate your position, you see that there are no fewer than 10 half tracks descending over the sand towards this spot. And we'll cut away from this scene as we have Olympians in the sand, but we also have Olympians in the sand of another matter as we cut to Malibu. And as we cut to Malibu, let me get my everything ready. As we cut to Malibu, we have none other than Kate O'Callahan.
That's better.
You are standing over the body of the now deceased Jack Parsons, your husband in this shadow world. And as we explained in the narrative last time, as the body dropped, the bullet hole perfectly placed in the forehead, a bubble, perhaps one of the very ones produced by Al, the Pope of Malibu, floated down and lit directly on the wound. And as it pops, I'd like you to roll a dex check for me as the ground beneath your feet begins to rumble and pitch.
I will use the 1 luck to make that a success.
Okay. We will use it, but I am still going to pitch your wheelchair to the side as you don't take any damage from the crash, but the wheelchair itself just cannot maintain a balance on the rolling ground in the sands here of Malibu as you feel a tremendous earthquake rip through this segment of California. And as you are on the ground, your legs not right in this world. You notice that there is the smell of smoke on the air, and there is a glow coming from inland. And you hear words. He was the only thing holding this together. This place never should have existed. He's got a little magic left in him. The last magic he used was to send the soldier to the psychic to the soldier. You're gonna need his heart. Kate, the body of Jack Parsons as it rolls in the sand is about 10 feet away from you. I'm gonna need you to make a strength check as you either pull yourself back to your chair or pull yourself along the ground that is pitching and rolling beneath you.
I'm going to use my advantage here.
Sure.
Success.
So as the world of Jack Parsons' creation, this Frankensteinian California begins to shudder and quake and implode with his death, you're able to pull yourself up to the body of the dead Frankenstein. What would you do?
I pull open his dress shirt. Jack was never one for neckties. And so I just rip open the buttons. I'm looking to see if he's wearing the medallion.
He is.
As I notice it, I reach up around my own neck because to get here, I had to place a medallion over my neck. Is the one that I was wearing still with me?
It appears that both of you are wearing identical necklaces, amulets, tokens.
I take the one that Jack is wearing off of his neck, and I put it over my own so that the two rest together against my chest. And I look up around me as the sky fills with dust from this earthquake. And I say, Al, you can't mean what I think you mean. Because after all, we both know I was the heart of Jack Parsons.
You see a bubble defy the pitching earth as it floats above, and as it lazily comes through the air, containing rainbows along its surface, it drops onto the chest of Jack Parsons, and it pops, but instead of leaving nothing behind, it drops a disproportionate amount of liquid, and as it soaks into the dress shirt that he is wearing, it bleeds directly over his chest.
I can't imagine that I would be carrying anything at this point that would allow me to crack his chest open.
I don't know. Do you have any improvised weaponry or, I don't know, a crowbar or...
That's your world, Greg. You know what I have.
I know it's there, but I mean, just whatever you say.
I crawl to the car if I can.
Sure, roll me a strength check to see just how long it takes.
A while.
By the time you get there, you can not only smell smoke and fire, you can see the glow as it descends, as if it's rushing towards the water. And you are between the glow and the water.
I pull myself up to search through the floor of the car, perhaps some tools or something that he's left there.
You find a wrench. And this wrench is one of the wrenches that also contain a simple wedge on the end that is used for both the prying and it's a mechanic's wrench, a wrench that is used to pry open panels and then to attack bulkheads, whether it be on a ship or a plane. With a little work, Parsons is just another nut to crack.
Okay, I will I'll make my way back then and begin the gruesome task.
When you get down to the body of Jack, you notice that also resting in the sand beside the cooling body of Jack Parsons is a massive butcher's knife. It is simple in construction, but painfully tough. It seems fire-hewn from perhaps a woodland forge, and its metal speaks of such trials. And whether or not it was left by a friend, you can only assume the Pope of Malibu had one last thing to bequeath in this world.
With just sobbing, tears pouring down her cheeks, her body's racked with sobs. It's all she can do to control her hands to do this. She cuts through the outer skin and reaches her hands down to crack open the ribs.
One step at a time. As you begin the cut, I'd like you to roll a sanity check, because whether or not there's any love in your heart for Jack Parsons, the exploration for his heart is a gory, grisly trek.
Success.
Okay. You lose one sanity as you pierce the chest of a man you've known for many, many years. And as you crack this cavity open, your arms, and as you cannot use your legs for any type of torque or any type of twisting or leverage, you're having to kind of use your body in a way that you have not used it before. And so you are throwing a shoulder into a rib cage that is splayed from a shattered sternum. And as you are literally climbing to pry open this rib cage, you are inside this man's cavity, as from everything from waist up is slick with the still warm blood of Jack Parsons. And as you are sliding inside of this man, I'd like you to roll another sanity check for me, please.
Fail.
1 point of sanity loss, and there, not evil or black or covered with satanic verse, is a simple human heart, the one that used to beat not just for Jack Parsons, but for his love for Cato Callahan. It is still.
I put my hands around it.
You have it.
I look up.
Roll me a spot hidden.
Success.
Written beside the butcher's knife, or where it was placed in the harder sand packed outside the house, it says, "Eat it."
I won't. I'll die here.
As we cut from Malibu, we are going over to the asylum as we zip back. And as we zip back to our kids, with the death of Jack Parsons in one world, we have the death of Dr. Joseph Dietrich in another, as John Dillinger's pistol slowly lowers, and as the waft comes out of the barrel, so too does another trickle from the forehead of Dr. Dietrich. He falls to the ground. Greta, Elijah, what do you do?
I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh. I saw Strider laugh and it made me laugh. I'm so nervous. Okay. So, Greta, she's probably gonna stand there for a second, close her eyes and sigh. That was the Dr. Dietrich. He was not one of the horrible ones. I check for a pulse. There's not gonna be one, but she'd check.
Well, you do check and you feel the last couple beats of the body as the brain is obviously gone, as it has a new entrance and exit. But the body kept going for a few more beats until it realized it was dead. And you bear witness to the final pulses of that life, whatever type of life a clone of Dietrich can have. It seems very physical and natural, though, when he passes.
Okay. She'll just, if his eyes are open, she'll close them. And then she'll take his stuff. Because I know he was carrying some of her stuff. And, waste not, want not. She's a little sad, but she's not torn up about it.
Okay. And so with this moment, I will be able to bring in several of the boons that were levied last week and even the week before for Greta, as when you search through the body of Dr. Dietrich, you find the following. You see what appears to be 3 vials of, and by the color alone and the kind of almost carbonation element to it, you can see that the serums that were being produced here were the very same ones that he had administered to you whenever you were injured. Mechanically, these 3 doses will do the following. Whoever is injected with them receives an immediate 1d10 of healing. It does not take a minute. It does not take 10. It is immediate as soon as injected. However, anyone injected with even a point or a hit point of one of these vials can only use one of these applications once per week. In addition, you find with this group a bundle of notes that looks as if Dr. Dietrich was working on something based off of one of your prior formulas. This serum, as he had been working on it up until it appears the moment of the attack on the castle, the siege, he had gotten far enough to be able to, he was ready to present it to you as he was carrying it on his person. What this serum will do, if his notes are to be believed, it will almost double your strength. It will also nearly double your speed. It will give you 1d4 immediate healing. However, according to the side effects as indicated by the notes of Dr. Dietrich, some that are very pronounced, and you can see as a cursory evaluation of this, it produces very violent mental effects, psychosis, violence and rage at an extreme behavior, and with an asterisk written in the hand of Dr. Joseph Dietrich, it says, and you can almost hear his voice, "I'm not sure I'd want to give someone double strength and double speed and then make them rage." But you do have a copy of this serum.
Okay.
That is all for now.
Okay. So I'll pick that stuff up, pick that up. I don't think he has a hat, so I won't take that. I'm just gonna ask myself, man, I'm so out in the open. And then I'll turn up and, because that's just the first thing, just real quick, and then she'll look over at Dillinger, who she recognizes, and then Elijah. I don't think she's noticed Ruth right away, and she's just like, "He's definitely dead. We should go. That is the alarm. I'm very glad you are alive."
If I had any arms free, I would hug you. You have no idea.
She'll just like kind of go over there and hug him anyway. And when she goes in for the hug, she's gonna kind of very quietly say into his ear, "I made a biological weapon to take out Europe because I thought you were dead."
That's the single nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. There is shooting, and there are many, many Dietrichs. I think time is now of the essence.
You should leave. Yeah.
Because not all of us are super fast.
Dillinger's like, "Fucking finally. All right, let's go." And he leads you out through the front door. And much like we ended last session with the crank of this almost air raid siren, as you all exit from this area, I would like Elijah and Greta to roll me a stealth check, as you're not trying to sneak in the shadows. You can, but this is also just how normal can you look in this scene.
I'm gonna use one of my advantages.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Save the advantage. You don't need it if you roll an extreme. Yeah.
Okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
Man.
So keep that. You are able to creep from the area, and as Dillinger looks back with respect, because you are all able to kind of keep your composure, stick to the shadows, even while carrying the very gaunt form of Ruth, you are able to quit the asylum grounds through the escape hole that Dillinger had cut into the wire fencing. You are able to pull yourselves out, and quickly you find yourself climbing into the car of John Dillinger. He first goes over to the Americanized left side, opens it, looks in, shit, goes around to the right, jumps in, and gets behind the wheel. Within moments, you are slowly leaving the scene of chaos behind you.
Can I do some first aid checks in the car?
Yeah, to who?
Yeah, Elijah's kind of freaking out. He's going to be... Greta, I need a doctor.
Yeah, obviously you do not look good at all. What happened
No,
to you?
not
What did
me.
they do to you?
Not me.
I return to both of you. Patience. And I'll just give them both a medical check.
Tell me who you're doing first.
She would probably try to do Elijah first, but if he was insistent, she'd do Ruth first. Like, she
Okay,
wouldn't
so
push
just mechanically, just let me know who the roll is for when you
All right,
make
this is
it.
going to be for Ruth. It's going to be for Elijah.
Extreme. Okay.
What is this?
So,
Why she look like this?
Let me find out.
with an extreme on Ruth, you can tell that she is suffering from severe malnutrition, dehydration, and because this is an extreme, you are going to guess the final stages of some battle with cancer. Consumption, perhaps, is a better term. However, As Greta, you remember what has occurred at the Burke farm.
Uh-huh.
Upon your evaluation, diagnosis, examination here in the back of the Dillinger car, it is your expert medical opinion that this woman is at least 5 years older than the woman that you saw at the Burke farm.
Okay. Greta's gonna take a second. Well, there is a plethora of things wrong with her currently, but extreme malnutrition, some jaundice, final stages of consumption, some other minor things.
I get that. That's obvious, but
yeah,
why does she look like this?
But she is 5 years older than the last time we saw a Ruth.
No, I haven't seen her in 5 years. I mean, why does she look like Ruth?
I don't have fresh samples. I can't cross-analyze.
She's not here. She's in Oklahoma. She's safe.
How old would Elijah believe Ruth to be right now?
I don't know, 27, somewhere around there.
Okay. The easier way would be, Greta, you believe this woman to be in her early 30s.
Well, if this helps at all, I believe she is in her early 30s, maybe about my age, 32.
So it's not her. It just looks like her. Ruth's in Oklahoma. She's safe.
Elijah, as you two are having this discussion, a thin, almost skeletal hand reaches up and gently strokes the side of your face as she is lying in your lap. Elijah?
He looks away for a minute to close his eyes and take a deep breath in.
Yes. What's Greta doing?
Awkwardly, probably sitting there, just probably doing some first aid on Elijah because she'd finished with Ruth, probably just tending that. So you get a hit point back.
Elijah, you get another hit point back. Technically, Ruth would get 3 with that extreme on the first aid.
When I have more time, I'll medicine check you both.
As you're doing this, and as Elijah looks away, Greta, as you're looking over your shoulder or across the body, you see that Ruth is staring up at the ceiling, like of the cars. It and rumbles through the English countryside. Dillinger's looking over his shoulder every once in a while to ascertain the scene, but he's more interested in what the road is doing. And as you see her look up, you hear her and watch as her cracked lips move. Elijah was a prophet. He performed miracles. Elijah.
We've seen crazy stuff all the time. People appearing, disappearing, people dying and then being fine. This is one of those tricks that they're
hopefully. It's very strange. Do you know why I was in an asylum? Just curiosity.
Do you know why I was getting the shit beat out of me?
You did kill someone.
Or is this the rhetorical kind of question?
Oh.
Because I can picture you in an asylum. No, seriously, straitjackets are endearing.
As you're talking, strangely enough, the skeletal hand leaves the face of Sawyer And as you are administering first aid to Elijah, the hand finds yours and presses something cool into your palm, Greta.
Okay, I'll look at it.
It seems to be, from just first glance, an ancient coin or medallion. But when you look, you can see the Hippocratic symbol on it. And as you see it, you see her hand produce, almost like a magician, rolling a coin along knuckles. She produces another one from the gaunt hand and holds it up for Elijah. And this one has an arrow on it. She's still staring at the roof of the Dillinger car as
Look
it
at
rocks
the
and
ceiling.
rolls.
Like, is she just saying things?
He's gonna take it.
She again cups your face. It'll take you to your family. Through the purple. We're fighting, Elijah. We're the Olympians there.
Greta, she's not making sense. She's incoherent. She's out of it.
I-
Do something.
Do you want me to sedate her? I don't know if she would be able to handle that right now. She's very weak.
Don't sedate her. Fix her.
So it takes time. I instantly cure people. I'm not a magician. I'm a doctor.
She focuses a bit on you, Elijah, and she's again tracing your jawline with her bony fingers, the chipped nails. They call me Hermes, just like you.
Ruth, just calm down. You'll be just fine. Greta's a good doctor. I only want to look at me. We'll patch you up.
Knew we were gonna die coming through. I was already dying. I volunteered.
That's nonsense. You don't. She's an Olympian. She knows what she's doing. She can fix anyone.
You see her cracked lips smile. I'm an Olympian too. The eyes kind of focus for a bit and then lose it and focus for a bit. Think of your family with the coins. That's how we get around. Tell her. Tell them all. Hades and the girls are coming. As soon as they can figure out a way, they're coming. Greta, she's dying.
Greta's gonna try to prolong it. I don't think she believes she can stop it. She's too bad of condition initially, but she's gonna try to prolong it to give Elijah more time.
Roll me a medicine check.
And maybe make it not painful if she can. She has some morphine. It's fine. Medicine check, you said?
Please.
Okay.
And with hands and skill that only an Olympian could have, death is thwarted as Ruth remains in this world for a beat longer, 2 beats, and as her eyes focus and flitter between both Elijah and Greta, they go back and forth, they just linger on your face, Elijah, something that she has not seen in so long. And Greta, for the moments that you bought her, she bequeaths to you the following. He's found a way to get me here. He's alive. He's alive.
Who?
She begins to say a name, and you hear it die in her throat as she leaves this world.
I'm sorry, I couldn't do more to help.
Elijah's gonna throw an elbow at the car window.
Roll me a
Just,
strength.
lashing out in frustration.
You smash through it. What the fuck? Jesus Christ, this isn't even my car. All right. Is she dead? I don't know who she is.
She is dead.
No, these fucking games these guys keep playing. The fucking sadist of a doctor up there. Whatever the fuck this is. What about Kate and Sabella? Where are they? Can they wait?
I was told you all died in a prison attempt, so my information is not good.
Dillinger looks over his left shoulder. They were in some other prison farther up the coast. I don't know exactly where, but hey, I was just here to come and get you. Maybe her. Boss likes her too.
And Dillinger, where exactly is it that we're going? Because I need to make a stop to the residence of one Dr. Fuck Bucket, whatever his name was.
Yeah, Herr Lecht, I believe we have plenty of time. You need to recover. You are very injured.
I'm fine.
I'm gonna start medicine checking him.
Each of you roll me a power check.
Okay. Oh no.
Hey, success.
Hey, success.
You both begin to feel the car vibrate around you, creating a hum as you... And you see that Dillinger turns around and he's like, what the fuck is going on? As he looks at the two of you, and you see that Dillinger begins to vibrate as... Well, roll me a spot hidden.
I don't say anything.
Yeah, you guys don't know what the fuck Dillinger's doing, but you see him turn around and he goes, "How the fuck are you moving as fast as I?" And then
oh, my light's too bright. There we go. I got this note. That's what he's doing.
And you are gone as we cut back to a scene in the south of Jerusalem, as we have a psychic and a sniper that are overlooking a field of battle, as German and current community conscripted half-tracks and trucks drive into this scene, as you see Nazi and German soldiers pouring into the area, along with locally conscripted militia, as they are murdering everyone that they come across. The laborers are screaming, trying to run in opposite directions, but as this is a pincer move in a valley, everyone is dying. but the 6 Dietrichs that arrived via these spheres are ascending the hill that Jack Kilgrave is on. What do you want to do?
Get there first.
Tell me how.
What?
Roy grabs her. He's like, we have to go. Don't you understand? You cannot give them both those fucking items right now, Sabella. We have to go.
They don't know I have it. They can't have that.
So you're going to go down and give it to them? Dwight is like enraged right now. He wants to get her away as fast as possible. We cannot fight them. How? How are you going to go down there and give that to him? Look! And he points, look at all of them. Whatever's coming at him.
It's a war scene. As no need for a roll here, as you guys look down into the valley, it's, you guys were sent here by a Catholic mission statement, and it reminds you of, though I walk through the shadow of the valley.
I am not going to let you die here. I will not.
I'm not going to watch him die again.
Then we need to go. I don't want to watch him die either. Believe me. I don't. We can't save him.
So we're going to leave him again. That's all we ever do.
What are we going to... So you're going to give him that artifact. If you run down there, you're going to give him that... You're going to give them everything that they want. Right now. Is that what you want to do?
No.
I don't either. We cannot go down there. We have to get away. They already knew they knew I was here. I don't even know whoever's trying to kill us. They knew I was here before I even got here. Then they knew he was there. We're not even convinced that's Jack. How are you going to go down there? Why are you going to go down there? You're going to die down there, and then you're going to give them everything they want. And I'm not going to let you die here. God damn it. We have to go.
Spot hiddens from the psychic and the sniper. As the two of you are watching this progress, I'll give you an update.
Hard success.
Right.
Okay, a beat before you see this, you also, Sabella, see that there are several of these snake dogs descending on the area. And as they descend upon this scene, they are ravaging and tearing these laborers apart. A few kind of defensive gunfire is going off, and kind of an answer to an earlier question, there are weapons in this camp. There are no soldiers, and they are immediately torn through by these creatures. No one is being left alive. However, when these creatures rush into the area, two of them in mid-charge with their brethren and their siblings stop and slide in the sand, and you see these two heads much larger than the small yarn-like tassel of your staff turn, and the slits in their nostrils flare for a second, and they turn and look up the sandhill towards you. In addition to that, you see that Jack Kilgrave pulls out a long revolver, a barrel that is extended, probably a 44 of some kind, and as he sees the Dietrichs ascend to the top of the hill, he takes it, looks at the basin, and drops the gun into the sand and raises his hands above his head. As soon as this happens, and as soon as within moments, a truck pulls up, and you see them immediately throw Jack into the back of this truck, this kind of covered, it's not a half track, it's a wheeled truck, throws him in there, and they load in this basin that you saw contained this crown-like artifact, and they slide it in, and you see several people jump in, and I'd like you both to roll a spot hidden check for me.
Extreme.
With the extreme success from this, some fucking good rolls tonight, everybody. With the extreme success, you see that as soon as the driver looks out of the truck, you recognize this man as one Rommel, last seen in Berlin. And as he kind of leans out, orders a few of the Dietrichs to stay and presumably continue with the slaughter. Two of the Dietrichs load in, as do several soldiers, into the back of the truck. And he begins to creep back to the north, presumably Jerusalem. And it is at this point that, Sabella, you see cresting over the rise just in front of you, two heads. And as they get close, you just see eyes widen and tongues go. Testing the air.
Hi, Cleo. Hi, Tom.
They do not react to those names, but they don't react negatively to those names.
You named them?
Yeah, of course I named them. Thank you, Dwight.
So
Yep.
I also succeeded. I didn't get the biggest streams, but I know that they're going out. So
Yes, you see that in addition to the arrival of Cleo and Tom, you also have the removal or the escape,
more importantly,
kidnapping of Jack Parsons, or Jack Kilgrave. Too many Jacks.
So I think we can follow them.
Roll me a spot hidden. This is spot hidden night.
You're right up my alley, buddy.
Hey.
Bang! Right up my alley.
Boom.
You're going right where I want to go.
Well, as luck would have it, as the vehicles have pulled up to this area and everyone jumped out to murder a village of, or a camp of laborers, you see that there is a small Jeep-like vehicle completely abandoned just at the bottom of your hill.
Let's follow them. Way
All right.
behind.
Come on. Come on. Come on. That wasn't to you, Dwight, but yes, come on.
Dwight almost like went, okay.
Okay, as you drop down
There's a shimmy
into...
there was a shimmy.
As you drop down into the village, I would like you to roll, each of you roll stealth with advantage as you are running with two snake dogs, which casts a familiar ally type silhouette to your run.
Okay. Oh my god.
These rolls! I mean, what? Okay, so as you're running...
Lauren is literally like, she should go, I need to take her to the casino right now, and I want her to decide what I should do at that moment. I'm taking her.
I can't breathe.
So not only do you make it down to the Jeep in record time, at one point one of the German soldiers sees you, turns, and without any type of explanation salutes upon seeing the two dogs running with you and throws you the keys for the Jeep as he leaves the area and continues on. That is a critical. So
Dankeschön.
Tell them, Sabella. Yeah, there you go. Tell them, Sabella. Tell them.
So as you jump in, who is driving?
Me.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So Dwight jumps behind the wheel of the Jeep. Sabella, you jump aside. The front window is down against the kind of the hood or the canopy bonnet of the Jeep.
I let Cleo and Tom in the back seats.
I was going to say they jump up behind you, and as you begin to move and the wind from the desert hits, they both stick their heads out the side as they're looking and catching the wind with just tongues that are coming out and blowing back a bit as they come out. But they are riding and they seem to be having a great time. And as you roll over
What is really fucking like, are you fucking kidding me?
As you roll over the hill out of view of the valley, Greta and Elijah, it is hot, much, much warmer than it was before. And as you appear in the sand, this hellish fight is going on off to your right. I would like you both to roll spot hiddens for me.
Okay. I don't see anything. I'm just like, what?
Hard success.
I mean, I tried. I just.
Elijah, as you turn and are kind of like looking at the scene, something draws your eyes to the north instead of the south towards this slaughter. And as you look up towards the north, at the last possible moment, you see a Jeep turn about 45 degrees, and you see the silhouette of Sabella and Dwight driving as they drive in a Jeep and descend over a hill. But as you are catching this scene, Greta, you didn't see anything because right in front of you is not a pristine, but a very sturdy, a very capable, it looks damn near indestructible. It is a motorcycle with a sidecar.
Okay. All right.
And as you see this, you do see that there is a catch-turn ignition. It has a keyed ignition on it, very unlike the vehicles of the time, lending itself to even more of the unique nature of such a vehicle. But what do you do when you see the motorcycle and sidecar?
Well, there's like a huge fight going on right now, yeah?
Huge.
I want to get the fuck out. I just like grab for Elijah's arm. Elijah, we need to go.
Why does this always happen? Why does Dwight always do this? It's him.
Dwight,
God
was
damn
also
it.
you fucking. I don't see Dwight. Everyone's fighting.
Elijah's gonna turn around, crawl towards Greta, and throw arms around her.
Okay.
She's just gonna return it for a second.
He rests his chin on her shoulder, just waits a minute.
I'm so glad you are not dead.
Roll a hug check.
Hold on. I got this.
Hard success. Hug roll. Boom.
It is probably the best hug that Greta has ever given and received. Greta, your drive auto has now been increased by 15% as the Pope of Malibu is making sure that the vehicle in front of you has an able driver.
Because I only have a 20. So.
Yeah, just assume that Elijah's gonna be in the sidecar. Thanks a lot, man.
So
No, I was already planning on it. Greta's driving.
what would you like to do as you have shared a very substantial hug, and Elijah, you have seen at least two of your friends heading north?
I don't know what the fuck Dwight's doing.
You saw Dwight?
He went over that hill. I have some words for him.
Okay, was there...
Possibly good. I don't know.
Alright, there's a motorcycle and sidecar here. We could try to catch up. I don't think we should stay here. There's a lot of battle and combat and you are wounded and I don't want to get shot anymore.
I don't know how to drive a motorcycle.
I'm sure I'll pick it up.
Okay.
Okay, so when you jump and kind of sling yourself and straddle up on the bike proper, Greta, as you kind of turn the ignition and step down, as you
American auto is
the bike roars to life beneath you, and when your eyes are drawn for a moment to the finish on the handlebar, the rig and the handles up front, and for some reason you see etched and scratched into the main bar across the front the initials KR. And so as you, to throw back to my Russian buddy, and so as you step in and fire up, you are able to proceed, I'm assuming, to the north. And as you leave, I'd like you each to roll stealth checks as you are vanishing in or taking off in a Nazi motorbike.
Is there anything in the sidecar?
Roll a luck roll for me.
Oh, yay. Ah! How?
I'm not very stealthy on this. But at least I'm German.
Dwight and Sabella are stealing my crits, too. God damn it.
There is a crumpled up package of cigarettes and an empty bottle of what looks like wine.
Europeans.
What better way to spend a day in the desert? So as you roar off and go into the direction of the north, going after the Jeep and truck that we see, you didn't see the truck, but the Jeep itself, as you roll forward, we are going to cut now. And we are going to go back to Malibu. And so, Cato Callahan, you see this gruesome message that says, "Eat it." As fire from the hills rushes towards the sea and the ground beneath you rocks, and you lay in the body cavity of Jack Parsons, what does the leader of the Olympians do?
Kate lays there for just a moment. She's absolutely drenched in blood. She looks up toward the hills, and she knows that somewhere over those hills is the factory, and then her school, and a little bit further out into the desert, her home. And her mind continues to wander out over the mountains and the rivers into New York, and she wonders, in this world, who might be there. She stops crying at that point, and she looks down at the knife in her hand, and she looks at the mangled pile of meat that was once her friend's body. And she takes the knife and holds it high over his body for just a moment. She takes a deep breath and closes her eyes. And then she turns and rolls back onto her back. And as hard as she can, she throws the knife toward the ocean.
Roll me a spot hidden.
Hard success.
You watch it float through the air, glint off of the dying sun of this world, and it hits the water. You are lying still within Jack Parsons. What does Kate do?
She kind of rolls off at this point and lays back, and she tries not to, but she just can't help but sob as the glow gets closer, and she'll sob until she can't anymore.
So as Caitlin Jane O'Callahan, paralyzed from the waist down from a childhood accident that never occurred, cries tears that are warm as they hit her cheeks because of the heat of the descending fires and the raging and flipping of the world beneath her. The world becomes gray with smoke, becomes white with smoke, as the house catches behind, and it begins to leap and sputter and spit sparks and bits of debris raining down on the area of the blood-soaked sand that is now drinking up what was left of Jack Parsons. And as the fire descends, the air is filled with this smoke and flashing embers, but no bubbles, no magic. And as the flames rush down, they meet the sea. Allison, what are Kate's last words?
She has none.
Allison, what was Kate given by Dietrich Prime in the castle?
I don't remember.
It was a small square that was given to you, a piece of wicker, perhaps, atop the tower.
Okay. I think I remember that.
So on a Malibu beach, where she was married, and she murdered the husband upon which she was married, Caitlin Jane O'Callahan, the leader of the Olympians, falls. And that's where we're going to end this session of Project Athena. Except for one little moment. Allison, as you close your eyes, the feelings beneath Kate's legs, absent, but the raging of the fire encompassing. You open them again after the pain. And as you look around, you are disoriented. Not because of the change of scenery, but because of the change of perspective. You are seeing through many sets of eyes. And as you look down, you see this little square of wicker in your hand. And as you look up from these multiple sets of eyes, you see yourself looking at you over and over and over again. Various forms of dress, all the same age, the age you were on that beach, the age you were when the power of Joseph Dietrich was activated, and the basket that once contained fishes aplenty and was blessed by none other than the Christ has now activated for Kate O'Callahan, and she is Legion. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we're going to end this session of Project Athena. So, I will zip off of that. It's to this one. Lauren, how are you doing?
I was in such a good mood. It's incredible. Hi, everyone. Yeah, I'm just keeping it brief. I'm That Salty Ginger over on Twitter, Allison. You can find me there. Being salty. Thank you, chat. Y'all were really lovely tonight, everybody. I'm going to be back here next week, crying some more. I love these people. I love this game. I'm just a salty ginger.
Great. And let's go over to Strider. Strider, how are you doing, my friend? And how did Elijah do in his trip through time and space again?
I am doing fantastic. This stream, this game, should come with a warning that you need to watch with a strainer because the pulp is palpable. There's just so much pulp. Elijah's in a state of denial about his surroundings, as he always is, and he's just trying to go with the flow. He's trying to get used to being whisked around and seeing horrible, terrifying things that he never actually believes are true. That being said, that's not going to leave its mark on him. It's not going to leave its mark on him. I'm Strider. I'll be here next week. You can catch me around on the Twitters and stuff. I say this, I've said this last episode, I said it this episode, like one of my favorites of all the seasons. The season 4 is just, you set a really high standard with your writing, Greg, but you are blowing past that, blowing past the own standard you set, from gold to platinum or something. Good job.
Oh, thanks, buddy. I only have ideas. You all fill in all the fun parts. As we drop down to Steven. Steven, how are you, my friend? And did you you knew where the fuck you were, and you were succeeding on spot hiddens, but Sabella just succeeded harder, I guess, sometimes.
Oh, Steven.
You did. She was great. I'll tell you this. It's like I'm watching I'm a part of some movie. Like, there is no fucking way we can win. It's all into my back of my brain. It's like you bring in tanks and you bring in Dietrichs, and I'm like, oh my fucking God. What? I don't even, how do I even go about this? What do we got to do? And it goes over the back of my brain, and I'm like, well, I don't even know. So I'm gonna, like Strider said, I'm gonna go with the flow. I'm gonna take the ride. I love everybody. I am so interested in Kate right now that I don't even know where I'm at. So goodbye. Thank you. Happy anniversary. I'll see you. I'll see you when I see you. Goodbye.
That's right. It's the anniversary. Greg, what did you get us?
I killed your leader. Isn't that cool enough, or is that?
It's in keeping with our theme. Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm staying on brand, I guess. And then I'm going to switch up my own script and go and we'll go to Lindy. Lindy, how are you doing this evening? And how did you like the many liquid boons that were given your way?
Greta's happy with all the vials and medical information that she's got, all sorts of fun things to play with and experiment with, and she's still got a fun little bomb in her pocket. But she was most happy that Elijah wasn't dead, and that, they got away from the asylum, and that she tried to save Ruth. She was proud of herself for that. Good day. There's a motorcycle. That's pretty cool. I think that's really cool. I'm a little sad that there's still 17 minutes till 9 o'clock, Greg, but I understand pacing just works like that sometimes.
I will say this, that there is something that I know that Lord Conti's in chat. 17 minutes does not do anything that I have coming up next justice, so I'm going to punt to next week.
I'm just expressing my sadness at that fact. That's all. I just want myself to be heard. That's it.
Your voice is taken. I hear you.
Thank you, Greg. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. That was real interesting. A lot of feels tonight. My heart. But you can find me feeling all of the things online at Laugh Love Lindy on all the social medias, Twitch, Twitter, all that stuff. You should definitely check out my channel on Tuesday night at 9 p.m. where I'm going to be starting a new campaign, Mists of Ravenloft, that I'm super duper excited about. Can't wait. So just show up for that. Hopefully everything goes smoothly, but it probably won't because it's the first episode of the new campaign, but we'll see. Oh, also check out Thursday as well, because Donathan Fry is going to be DMing the second part of our Blood Plague on my channel too.
Fantastic. And Dawn's an okay person. So just go to the channel, even despite Dawn being there. No, we're joking. I'm joking anyway. Here, let me throw up that one more time. Please follow Lindy and make sure you are there for that. And finally, without further ado, I will go to my friend Allison. Allison, Kate, how are you doing?
I don't know, Greg. How am I doing? What does all that mean? I suppose you can't tell me.
I'll tell you as soon as we go off the air.
I thought you probably would. Okay.
If you're still talking to me, yes, I will.
I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. Yeah. I'm just trying to, I don't know, Kate face down her no-win scenario. And regardless of what you have to tell me after we go off the air, she came through it with her integrity intact. So I feel good about that.
I will tell you this too. Do not think for a moment, as you and I are identical players when it comes to this particular thing, Allison. I went into this knowing that I was giving Kirk the Kobayashi Maru and expecting a decision to be made. It was, I would have given the same response had I been in the situation, if it means anything, which it shouldn't, but we think along the same lines, my friend. That's not comforting, Greg.
I'll sit with that for a while. Until then, you can find me on Twitter at Allison Robinson with 2 L's and a Y. Catch me here on the channel on Wednesday nights on May Black Roses Bloom, where I play a character who's even more stubborn than this one. And that's it for now, I think. Thanks for everything, chat. I love you all so much. I love this cast. This channel is my home. These people are my family. Mwah. Have a great night.
Absolutely, and I saw that we just had a donation come in for a boon. What I will do is I will give that boon and award it at the beginning of the next episode, or within the next episode, so it obviously has the full effect intended. Also, I will reveal the... we're going to have brand new polls next week too, and I will reveal them for next week as well, because we didn't get to them in the course of this episode. And whoever gets the D10 of sanity loss, I want them to be able to have a full episode to use the D10 of healing. And it also gives me time to prep any care packages that we might have coming in. And I already know the answers to...
Happy anniversary!
Yeah, happy anniversary to everybody. This has been an absolute dream come true for a year. Every week I look forward to this group playing this game. Like I said, this is a story that I've wanted to tell for a long time, and its chapters, believe it or not, were written many, many years ago. And even though I didn't know Sabella Ives and Elijah Sawyer and Dwight Burke and Dr. Greta Von Krause and Caitlin Jane O'Callahan, I knew Sabella Ives, Elijah Sawyer, Dwight Burke, Dr. Greta Von Krause, and Caitlin Jane O'Callahan. I just was waiting for them to have voices, and I found friends who spoke those voices, and those friends became my family, and now I get to play a game and story that comes out of my mind. I see it made so much better by my family, and I have the incredible privilege of sharing in the construction and the creative birth of something that I find to be truly remarkable. Chat, you are absolutely a part of that, as is evidenced by tonight. You created so much for the narrative. Your passion and your expression and your want to see certain people succeed, fail, be challenged, it's all a part of this incredible community and this incredible narrative and collaborative process. I appreciate you all being here, both on Twitch and YouTube, so much. It means so much to see the comments and to see the likes and just... just hear how much it affects you and how much you like these characters, because if there is a line for liking the Olympians, I'm at the front of it, despite what you may think. But until next week, I will see you all. 2018's 2018. I've gotten away from saying it's bad. 1933, though, it'll always be there. And in it, there will be Sabella Ives, Elijah Sawyer, Dwight Burke, Dr. Greta Von Krause, and Caitlin Jane O'Callahan. Until next time, my friends. Love you all.